What is up, bodyweight exercise fans? In today's video of Bodyweight Muscle, we'll be talking about recomposition circuit training. Now, I also did an introductory video on this the previous time, but very quick, recomposition circuit training, or RCT, are circuits that you can use to cut down fat, to basically get leaner and look stronger and even bigger sometimes for the summer. We talked how about when you get leaner, your body can sometimes look more muscular. Now, today I'll be giving you a lot more details on how to structure your plan. Either you're a beginner, an intermediate, or an advanced athlete, or if you did my winter muscle building program. The core of every RCT workout will consist of the same three first exercises. You're always going to start with your most difficult pull exercise, followed by your most difficult push exercise. So you're kind of going to be starting with a superset, and after that you're going to follow with a lower body exercise. So you want to get started with your most difficult pull and push exercises, get a good pump, but you also don't want to overload your body with lactic acid, which is why after that you're going to follow with a lower body exercise. Now, what kind of lower body exercise? You can alter this from unilateral to bilateral exercises, meaning exercises that use your both legs together or one leg at a time. For example, that can be burpees. During burpees, you jump with both your legs, or it can be jumping lunges, where one leg is the most dominant leg that you're using during this exercise. So this will be the first three core exercises of every RCT workout. Next, things will change a little bit depending on what are you, a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Let's start with beginners. If you're a beginner, the next exercise will be also your last exercise, and that's going to be a core exercise. So you start with a pull, a push, followed by a lower body, followed by a core exercise. This is for people who haven't trained for a long time or for complete beginners. Basically, you can train 4 times a week, and what you can do is alter your movement patterns. So you're always going to start in the same way, so pull, push, lower body, and core. But for example, one day your pull can be pull-ups, so that's like a vertical pull movement pattern, and the other day it can be inverted rows, so that's a horizontal movement pattern. Your first day's pushing pattern can be dips, for example, and the other day can be push-ups. So that's again vertical versus horizontal pushing movement pattern. From one day to the other, you can alter legs again, as we said, unilateral to bilateral. And for a beginner, I recommend to stick in one core exercise and just getting really good at that. Later on, you can switch more exercises. Now, let's move on to an intermediate workout plan. So if you're a beginner and you do this plan for a couple of weeks, I'm going to be giving you more detailed numbers on the screen. I just don't want to mix you up now. I just want to get the gist of this workout plan. After a couple of weeks, you can move to the intermediate workout plan, or if you want to start this plan and you're not like a complete beginner, you've been doing bodyweight for a while, you can also start right ahead from the intermediate workout plan. So our intermediate workout plan consists of our core, pull, push, and lower body. But next we'll be following that not with a core exercise, but with another push exercise. So our fourth exercise will be a push exercise, and our fifth exercise will be again a core exercise. Now, I know this has a little bit more pushing, this workout plan, more pushing workout volume, but it's the summer, and if you're working for your summer physique, you want to work a little bit more on those beach muscles. That's okay, if you do it once a year, just for a couple of weeks, like 6 to 10 or 20 or 12 weeks, that's okay. As long as your workout plan is balanced during the rest of the year, you can do a little bit more of a beach body oriented workout plan. So for your push exercise, I recommend a push exercise that's a little bit more easy from your second pushing exercise. So if you start with like pull-ups and you move on to dips, that's your second pushing exercise. When you go to your fourth exercise and second pushing exercise in total of the workout plan, I recommend something a little bit lighter So that can be push-ups, for example. For most people, push-ups are easier than dips. So never place your most difficult exercise, your most difficult pushing exercise in the fourth row of your workout plan. Always start with your most difficult pulling and pushing exercises. Then you can add something, a more supplementary pushing exercise. You'll be already tired, so that's going to make that exercise even more difficult. Moving on to the more advanced RCT workout plan. Now here we're starting again with our three same exercises: our core, pull, push, lower body. Next we'll be continuing again with another push exercise. Again, an easier pushing exercise than the second exercise. And after that, the thing that changes here is that we'll be adding a more cardiovascular oriented exercise. My favorite thing to do is jumping rope. It doesn't require anything crazy in terms of equipment, and it gets your heart racing. It gets some also muscle tension in your calves. So if your calves feel a little bit neglected, that's another muscle you would like to have a little bit more trained for the summer. So you also get a good workout for your calves. And again, it's a simple piece of equipment you can carry anywhere. So first, second exercise, pull, push. Third exercise, lower body. Fourth, again, our easiest pushing exercise. Fifth, cardiovascular oriented exercise. I recommend jumping rope. I recommend using a weighted jumping rope. I'm not a big fan of speed ropes, but again, this is a little bit more of a preference. And our fifth exercise, again, will be our core exercise. Now you can start if you're a beginner, you can start from our first workout plan, progress to the intermediate workout plan, and finish with this advanced phase where you have 5 exercises. If you're an advanced bodyweight exercise athlete, if you've been training the whole year consistently, you can start from the advanced phase that I just mentioned and move on to the next advanced phase that I'll be describing for you right now, where we have one more exercise. So again, we start with pull, push, lower body, push again exercise, easier pushing exercise, cardiovascular oriented exercise. Next we move on to a plank oriented core exercise. So that can be a simple plank, or that can be like a shoulder tapping exercise. Anything that is plank oriented and gives your abs a good basically gives your abs a good activation is good enough. And your last exercise again will be a core exercise. So we're really hammering the core in the end of this workout plan. Again, you want to work on more of those beach body oriented features. So we're increasing a little bit of training volume for your core. So to give you an example of a more advanced RCT workout plan, that could be something like starting from pull-ups, number 1, moving on to handstand push-ups, moving on to plyo burpees, moving on to dips, moving on to weighted jumping rope, moving on to a plank oriented exercise. That could be shoulder taps and knees to the elbow, and finishing with a rowboat exercise. This is basically the exercise you see here, an exercise that I've been using for my core, sort of a mixture of 2 exercises that I really like. I don't know if anybody does this exercise. It's like more of a personal invention. I'll make a video about it. If you like it, if you want to, leave me a comment below. So this summarizes today's video. I'm going to give you more details on your screen as you're watching this video. I'm going to put also more details in the description of this video, so you have everything broken down, and you can just copy paste it in a Word file for yourself. So that was all for today. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet. I hope you're training. I hope you're doing well in the rest areas of your life as well. I hope you will have something nice prepped for this summer, and until next time, keep on training.